everyone, Rachel is here once again with you. My name is Rachel G. Onyemairo, your entrepreneurial purpose discovery and career coach. Of course, I'm an author. Today, I am here to share with you a few things that worked for me, a few things that work for my clients, a few things that would work for you. In this part of the world, in fact, in today's world, everywhere, the matter of personal development is about the most popular concept. Personal development. Everybody talks about it. People say, I want to invest in personal development. You ask them, what about personal development? Is it personal development now? Today, I want to share with you a very uncommon, unpopular way to invest in personal development and achieve a specific results. A lot of people you look up to did not use this strategy. So they dabbled into what you see today. But if they had used this strategy, some persons that you really admire employ this strategy and said they got better results. And what are the strategies? What I call specific personal development goals. SPD. Specific personal development goals. What does that mean? From henceforth, stop investing in your personal development. Rather, invest in your have a specific personal development goals and invest in them one after the other. For example, there was a time what I wanted was to invest in my intellectual capacity. Did you mark my word? Intellectual capacity. At that time, when I was called up to talk, to speak, I felt I was doing a lot of because I couldn't remember what exactly to say. So whenever I finished speaking, I could go back to my closet and remember, Rachel would have said this, but you didn't say it. So it bothered me. It bothered me that I missed out whenever I came on board to talk. What did I do? I noticed that you can't give out what you don't have. So by the time you have enough within you, it's easy and effortless to shave few out of the much you have. So I knew I didn't just have to invest in personal development. I needed to invest in this intellectual part of my personal development. And what did I do? I didn't just read book. I also read book with do what we call on the subject pitching. Like when I read, I began to read like a producer, not like a consumer. Consumer just reads, wow, he told a story in the book. But a producer reads to understand, to digest, to understand, and to be able to teach if the need be, to be able to practice, to be able to live out the principle. Some of us who have a principle that we do not teach what we've not practiced. So when I study, when I go to a seminar, when I listen to anything or I read, my aim is to grab the principles, the nuggets, and be able to practice them, get results, and share. Do you understand? So I began to do that. Over time, I began to read. So this time, it's no longer about entertainment. Do you get? Because I know I needed to be intellectually filled up. I needed to boost my intellectual capacity. So when I opened my mouth, I didn't have to be talking, but to be speaking. You get that? So I did that. At other times, I noticed that, Rachel, you're becoming too serious. You're becoming too serious. Each time is about serious business, speaking big English and all that. And I needed to dilute the main core, okay? So some sanguine could have its way, to express itself. In other words, I needed to be someone who could actually, take life lighter, smile, play, and all that. And what did I do? Actually, what I did was not to watch comedy movies per se. I began to watch speakers who smiled and laughed when they spoke. Do you know? Let me share with you. It was only when I began to watch these people that I noticed that it takes someone who is intellectually filled to be able to play, smile, laugh, and still release nuggets. Some of us, especially as at them, could actually release nuggets but serious. So we'll be able to articulate the things upstairs. If we relax still a lot and are trying to smile, trying to laugh, we could actually forget what was it that we're saying. So I began to see that now, Rachel, it's not enough that you build your intellectual capacity. You've got to master it. So you don't prepare to release points. Even in your unguarded moments, Rachel, you've got to release nuggets. You've got to be resourceful. So I topped my intellectual capacity, and then I began to practice speaking and laughing, speaking and smiling, right in the front of a standing mirror in the house. So I achieved that. This time, I had already could speak well grammatically. I had beefed up my intellectual capacity. I had worked on my delivery. Okay, because there's the what of the saying and there's the how of the saying. So I first worked on the what, and now I worked on the how. And so when I delivered, I could watch my face to see whether I was smiling, whether I was laughing, whether I was just very free and feeling ease while I did that. Okay. After that, I noticed that it's not just about speaking correct English. There was the need for me to speak in a more fluent way, in a more obeying phonological rules. That way, it was not about getting the spelling, but getting the pronunciation. Okay. For example, you heard what I said now, pronunciation. I remember I could say pronunciation. I used to pronounce that way until I got to know that it's not pronunciation, it's pronunciation. Okay, and so I also understood that it's not Sean, it's Shan. Okay, it's actually the SH does not actually have. Okay, you have actually two pronunciation patterns in the dictionary. One, the shin and and okay, and the ne sound where you have shin, and then the shi and n sound, and the is a silent sound where you have shen, not actually Sean, as many of us pronounce. So I got to practice. I got to do that until I mastered how to pronounce words, at least individually. One of the last ones I learned was how to pronounce words in a shred of utterance. There's what we call shred of utterance. For example, someone could say something like okay, let me give you something like hand towel, okay, that is hand this way and towel. Okay, but someone could say hand towel, and now when you pronounce hand and towel, you have the H sound, you have the sound, you have the n sound, and you have the d sound. When you pronounce hand towel together, that is hand and towel as one word, you notice that the d sound gets out of it. Do you understand? So I'm just trying to exemplify that the way words are pronounced in straight of utterance are different. So or is different. So what did I do? I began to learn how to pronounce words in straight of utterance. So I don't pronounce them one by one. I mean, it doesn't. It's not better. And so I mastered that. Do you understand? So it's not just about personal development. Aside that, I came to notice that as a speaker, for example, I want to use simple things you can relate with actually to give instances. I noticed that as someone, as a public speaker, as someone who is a global leader who faces a lot of audience nationally and internationally, I need to be someone who has a very camera manners. You have table manners, you have a lot of manners, and we have what we call camera manners. I needed to have camera manners, and to be able to do that, this time the words of what I say, the how of what I say, when it comes to how, the pronunciation, the gesticulation, the facial expressions, and a lot of other things, including the volume of my voice and the scenario, what's the name, sonority of my voice. Okay, all these things had to come to play. So I began to learn it. So where I don't rant. I see a lot of coaches, a lot of people when they talk, just because they say there's energy in my voice, there's energy in my voice, and because they think to be able to insert such energy in their voice, they need to rant. Come on, it's not necessary. So you can actually be releasing words. It's what some people listen to you and like, wow, this babe really communicates. This woman speaks engagingly without ranting. So I've begun to learn that. Today, I am far better, and believe me, I'm still improving myself. So when you want to, don't dabble into personal development, assess yourself. Where do you think you need to sit up? Sometimes it's dressing. Is it about buying new dresses? Is it about buying more expensive dresses? Probably you feel you need to upgrade, in your wardrobe, okay, in your investment in your wardrobe. Probably you need to match colors better, or you wear things that are beautiful on their own but don't fit you. Okay, because everybody's shape has what fits it, and so probably you wear expensive things that look good but they don't fit you. Other person wears something cheaper but it fits them. Do you get? So when we talk about personal development, specific personal development goal setting is that, okay, I want to invest in personal development. Now, specifically, what aspect of personal development? You mentioned the department. Is it my speech? Is it my behavior? Okay, I remember when I had to invest in emotional intelligence. Yes. And because that time I was this blunt woman, I could say my mind and get out of the place. You were crying, it wasn't my business. You were jesting, it wasn't my business. Over time, I noticed that people aren't actually supposed to be crying when I finish speaking. Okay, I mean, why? I should be able to. And the Bible says, "Let your word be seasoned with salt." So I needed to speak in a way people be able to absorb it in good faith. Okay, the Bible said, "Correct in love." So I began to notice that something was wrong with the way I talk. I wasn't emotionally intelligent. So I began to master learn it. That was around 2017 and 2018. I gave myself to learning, mastering the soft skill called emotional intelligence, so that today I could actually communicate and change lives without actually hurting lives. Do you get? So it was not just personal development. I know the particular aspect, and I got to master emotional intelligence before social intelligence. Some people could master social intelligence before emotional intelligence, but I mastered emotional intelligence first. Till today, I'm still working on my social intelligence, but my emotional intelligence has been reasonably taken care of. Do you get? And this other person, I'm working on personal development. That's why you dabble into courses, you dabble into books. Every year by year, you're actually getting better, but randomly, and the rate of improvement is quite very slow because you are not strategized, you are not systematic. So drafting your PDS, your specific SPDS, your specific development and specific personal development goals, helps you to be able to be targeted, be strategic, and of course be more result oriented in your personal development goals. I know you got a lot of values in today's post and today's video. Please do well to subscribe with us. This channel is always loaded, and by next week I will be sharing with you another yet heavy load. And until then, share this video, subscribe with us, and tell your friends about us. Drop your comments because I will respond to them. And until next time, enjoy yourself. Bye.